Each one costs 10 feet of movement. Make a dex check each
So I
time.
think we're at 35 to get up there.
You pull this off. Hats off.
You just had to fucking say something, didn't you?
What does that
I'm
turn into?
sorry.
That's a 5.
What's the DC on this? Do we know?
DC's
I
only
was
10.
pressing with a 14.
Okay,
but
take a reaction. Go Gadget Artificer, +5 to get a 10.
All right, that's a 10.
Okay.
Go. We've had a Go Gadget, Sentinel, Go Gadget, Cleric, and Go Gadget Artificer in this turn.
All right, so 50 feet gets me up there.
We have to climb to this one first. This third one here. And then up to this fourth one. You're going up 5 levels total.
That's a 10.
Okay. I mean, you're scraping the hell out of your arms, and you're going to need to repair this shirt and this armor with all the scratches on it. But so far, you haven't given your arms any lacerations.
60 gets me to the top. Or at least up that high. And that's going to take some damage. That's a 6.
You want to take 2d6 worth of damage, you're going to be knocked prone.
I think I'm good being... fuck it, let's take 2d6 damage.
11 points of slashing damage.
rude.
A gash from the sharp obsidian you're climbing.
Rolling good.
So that's my 60 feet of movement.
So you're stopped just beneath here.
Unless Evie wants to tell me to run, yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
Ekon.
Can space this out a little. This is like 20 feet up, right?
Yes.
All right. So as an action, Ekon raises his holy symbol over his head, and I'm going to need each of these to make a DC 17 Wisdom save, Constitution save.
Okay, they're pretty good at these. I have 1 pass and 1 fail. I'll let you pick which is which.
Let's have the one up on by itself pass.
Okay.
So that will be 20 points of radiant damage, which the one that passed will get half.
And the one up here passed?
Yep.
Okay. So it takes half. And that's radiant damage?
Mm-hmm. And that also dispels all magical darkness within 30 feet if that is in any way relevant.
Okay. Bear with me one moment. The radiant light sears the creatures very badly. You can tell that's a very effective attack indeed. They seem vulnerable to the damage. Moving or staying put?
And then as a bonus action, Ekon is going to cast... Well, let's just go with second level. Second
me, I'm
level
an
Hammer
idiot.
of Air.
Hammer of Air, all right?
That pops into existence. And it gets an attack. So that hits a armor class of 26.
That does hit.
Imagine it makes Sid's ka-clump sound effect from Final Fantasy IV.
For 9 force damage.
Okay.
That's also a very good sound effect from that game.
And that southern one, the one that's just taken the Hammer of Air, is bloodied.
Good.
Is that it for Ekon?
Move into the middle of my party because I feel like they're going to be upset about that radiant damage.
Looks like they're focused more on Victor than anything right now.
That's the end of Ekon's turn. We've got Evie with Edmont on deck.
Evie, what do?
I use word of command. It would let Victor move 15, but I don't think it would actually let him put the stuff in the basin.
So he could take the 10 feet of movement up and then the 5 feet forward to get right next to the basin, but he wouldn't be able to do anything else. He would just move.
Okay. All right, so that's not really going to be an effective use of my turn.
And that would still trigger a dex check to climb up.
Yeah, I
So you
understand
could,
that.
you could tell me to teleport because I forgot I can freaking teleport.
I don't have that ability to tell you to teleport. I can let you move. I can't let you teleport.
Oh, did you just get that new... That's right, you just got that new psychic warp thing.
He's
Yeah,
got
totally forgot about
he's got Noctis.
Warp
He's got the
Strike,
warp
that's right.
strike from Noctis's and warp strike. Yeah.
God, that's such a good game. I want to play it again.
Pissed I
Final
forgot I
Fantasy
had that.
references.
Evie, what are you doing?
I am going to attack this creature.
Okay.
I'm going to steady aim, and I will allow Edmont, if he wishes, to spend his reaction to also attack.
Sure.
Okay, this is the one that's
Edmont,
bloodied. He's having a bad
what
day.
Actually, wait. No, I burned my reaction on something.
It's a new turn. Oh, does it
Not
have
for
to be
me.
his turn first? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used my reaction on something. Oh yeah, that's right.
I can actually I can let Victor do it. Does Victor count as being within 30 feet of me from here, or is that vertical distance too much?
10, 20, 30. 40.
He's 30 feet up and like 15 feet away from you, so that's a little too much. He's like
Alright.
just outside of the range. Because he's 1, 2... Oh, he's 4 terraces up from you, actually.
Yeah.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
I looked up how they actually want you to count that kind of space, but I forget how to do it. It's not calculate the hypotenuse, even though that's just the easiest way to do it.
Taxi cab math.
Well,
Alright,
the hypotenuse is still like 45 feet.
Right. So yeah, Victor's a little too far away, and Edmund doesn't have a reaction.
Could you move
Uh,
closer to Victor?
Does it have to be a melee attack?
it can be any attack. If I move here, would that be enough?
No, because he's 40 feet above you. If you were standing right next to him at the side of the
I don't
cliff,
imagine I could clamber up here from my position, could I?
You could. That's 20 feet to climb up if you have that much movement.
I would still have that much movement. I'll give it a try. That's a 10 dex check.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
No problem.
Yeah.
Crush it.
So you clamber
so-
up to this second terrace here, and then Victor will be in range.
All right. So now Victor and I are. So here's the I can't. I had to move, so I can't steady aim anymore. But I can still give Victor advantage. That's my bonus. So we will both attack this creature.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So even if I miss, Victor might still hit.
If this thing survives this round, it'll be flabbergasting.
And yeah, Edmont is right next to it, so it will be a sneak attack.
It is. And
Does a 25 hit for Victor?
it does. I
I
mean,
like crit when I need it.
its AC is really the only defense it has. If you get
Evie
over
only got a 17, so I don't think she hit.
17 does not hit, but Victor did.
Bummer. But we got one hit in there.
This is why this ability is good.
Yep.
Oh, wait, no. Victor's attacking with psychic damage. Oh, no.
Victor has no choice, I'm sorry. It's 25 points of psionic damage.
He's on Spiketies.
25 points.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting to the point where I need calc.exe now.
That's psychic knife. Oh
All
my
right.
god.
I need a strength saving throw. DC is 18.
Did I even bother making this?
I mean, if you roll
Probably
20.
because if you don't, you're gonna fall in the spikes and take damage. Probably.
I did not roll a 20, so I failed.
Okay, so if you fail, you are knocked prone. And yeah, Victor,
18.
every time you attack something with psychic damage, the tremors get worse and worse and worse. Victor, you no longer have a reaction because you just used yours.
Yes, and that was. I rolled an 18, though. I passed my strengths.
Does anybody have a reaction?
Nope.
I still do.
Yeah, I still do.
if one of you would like to use your reaction right now, I will let you make a wisdom check.
I'll do that.
Evie, use up your reaction, make a wisdom check.
Sure. I got a 20.
If the tremors get any worse than they are now, or if they get much worse, I should say, you imagine they're going to start damaging you in addition to knocking you down. They're getting that bad.
Victor, you need to stop doing that. I know I ordered you to, but we can't do more of this. Like, you got to start using your regular knives.
Is that it for Evie's turn?
No more bad calls.
All right, who's next?
Got Edmont with Black Spoken.
Edmont, you are not on the ground.
I am not, and I'm going to draw my whip, and I'm going to try and kill this thing.
All right, it's pretty, well, it's still got some hit points left because Evie did not hit.
16.
16
Probably
will
not,
not
no.
hit.
Extra attack. 23.
23 will hit.
10 points slashing damage.
Okay. And are you moving or staying put?
I'm going to key point to Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
I need to kill this thing now. I think its turn is coming up next. That is a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 points slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other flurry hit, that's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Oh, we found its AC.
Every time you find its AC, it goes up 1.
That's another 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I just go ham sandwich on this whip.
Severely bloodied, but you don't quite have him yet.
Dark Powers asks this thing to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 14.
19.
Damn, okay.
Moving or staying put?
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Is it my monster's turn now?
Yes.
Sure is.
Edmont, this one will be leaving your threat range.
I will take my reaction.
Okay.
Attack it with the whip again. 18, not good enough.
No, 18 will not hit. As it climbs its own webs. It's going to be leaving Evie's threat range as well.
I don't have a reaction.
You do not. Then it's going to get right in front of Victor.
Of course it is.
I tried.
Now's a really great time to not be knocked prone on the ground, Victor.
Yeah.
Victor, I have a 10 to hit.
No.
I have a 9 to hit.
No.
I have a nat 20.
Fuck you.
That's
How
my-
far away is that from me?
It's my first one. It's
He's
50
pretty much more
feet.
than 30 feet. He's too high up, right?
Yeah. He climbed all the way up to the top terrace.
Yeah, I can't do anything. It's too high up.
This is my first 20 all session.
Yeah, it's true. It is.
Doesn't mean we have to be happy about it. What do you want us to go? Congratulations, Burkroad. You rolled a nat 20.
17 points of slashing damage as the thing brings its sword down. You step left and then right, and then you're out of places to step to. It's got you right on the edge here, and it just slashes deep across your chest. And it
Ouch.
stands between you and the pool. The other one, meanwhile... I can't quite get to Victor, but I can get to Evie.
That's mean.
And I get to roll at advantage against you.
Sure do.
Three
All right,
times.
3 times. Evie,
Uh-huh.
I have a 14.
Nope.
I have a 21.
Yep.
And I have a 20.
Yep.
Okay.
Can you flash him at this point, Ekon?
How high up is that one?
20 feet.
Yeah, I can go ahead and re-roll that last one with normal rather than because it's disadvantage. And
Okay. Evie, that turns it into a 16.
Still hits. Sorry, Ekon.
Evie, I've got 9 points of slashing damage from the first hit,
Uh-huh.
and 6 points of slashing damage from the second hit.
Gotcha.
The thing brandishes its longsword and brings it down twice.
Okay.
And you've seen also that these things have sentinels, so it is not safe to disengage from them.
Mm-hmm.
But that is all their movement and all their attacks. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Genie with Victor on deck.
Genie, how's that floor taste?
Genie stands up. She
That
summons
one
her.
that one at top is probably on his last legs.
Going to summon a force ballista. Have it climb up this wall 15 feet, so
Okay.
it's 20 feet up.
Sure.
And I'm going to shoot at that guy.
The one on top
Uh,
is very badly bloody. The one standing looming over Victor.
That's not going to hit. That's a 16. It's a 17.
17 does not hit.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Who's next?
Victor with Ekon
Victor.
on deck. Victor with Ekon on deck.
So Victor is fairly positive about what he wants to do.
So this one
Awesome.
behind you, you're not in his threat range because he's on the terrace underneath you.
Yeah, so you could move without triggering anything from this guy, I think.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
climb
let's
up
get
without triggering his reaction.
So he's going to move up here next to the thing,
gonna
which
be a
is going
dex
to
check.
require a dex. That's a 17.
Very good. So yeah, it's this thing is as big as a horse. It looms large over you with its giant black iron sword.
Is it going to take me an action to pour the water into the pool?
If you want to empty your skin into the pool, I would say yes. If you're happy to just throw the skin into the pool and be done with it, I'll say no. Is it worth keeping the skin is the question here.
No, it's definitely not worth keeping the skin.
Okay.
Then he will throw the skin. He'll uncork it first so the water can actually mix,
Right.
and then he'll throw it into the pool.
Okay.
And then if these things don't immediately disappear, he's going to bonus action fire dagger stab this thing.
Well, they don't immediately disappear. They are still very big in front of you.
Actually, can I do radiant damage with this? No, I cannot.
That didn't seem very
Yes.
roguelike.
That is very disappointing.
I'm very disappointed now.
It doesn't seem like something the Dark Powers would give.
Yeah, I didn't think this party needed more radiant damage either. I don't think
Fair
I
enough.
don't think it could do necrotic either, can it?
No, it can do necrotic.
Yeah, probably just
That seems very Dark Powers.
But fire is something you can do.
Yeah, so we're gonna try fire on this guy.
Is fire something we needed more of?
Well, unless it's resistant to fire, when Victor changes his polarity like that, it's vulnerable just for this first hit, regardless of if it was vulnerable before.
You know what? I'm gonna apply a psychic die to that.
Okay?
I just fail on all, so I don't think I can use that multiple times, can I?
You blip?
You got your sniper eye.
Yep.
You do
So
have your
that
sniper
turns
eye.
that into a 10, doesn't it? And then
Yeah.
so that'd be 13 plus your modifier, which is what?
That's true. Yeah, we'll use a sniper eye charge. That's a 21 to hit.
How many more charges do you have on that?
They recover after a long rest.
They recover like 1d4 minus 1 or something like that after.
Yeah, for a long rest. You know, I think we've had enough long rest since we used it last.
Well, I don't remember if you use it in this adventure or not. I'm just making sure you're
he
keeping
hasn't-
track of it.
No,
He
not in
hasn't
this
used
one
it in
yet.
this adventure.
Somebody used an earring.
Yeah, I use the earring.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll hit. Go
And I
ahead.
am keeping track of it. I got it on my.
Murder my poor innocent monster that didn't do anything wrong.
Listen, I don't get sneak attack on this one though, do I? So
Nope.
He stabbed Victor twice.
yeah. So that's unfortunately only going to be 7 points of fire damage and 14 if it's vulnerable.
Okay, and that's enough.
Hey!
Just notating their proper experience gains. Yeah, the thing goes up in flames, and you watch as its armor and its sword catch fire, and just like a mirage, it's gone. There's no body. Nothing left of it. The other one, however, is still very real, very angry, and very much looming over your cousin. Is that it for Victor?
Yes.
Okay, Ekon with Eevee on deck. So
Okay.
Ekon can stand up. Bonus action to move the Hammer of Air 20 feet and take a swing.
Sure.
Nope. And then as a action, I am going to need a DC 17 dexterity saving throw against Sacred Flame.
I have a 12.
Nope.
Is Sacred Flame radiant damage?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
And he explodes.
13 radiant damage.
Cantrip.
And let me calc.exe real quick.
2 of them were still up. I was going to flame strike them.
That's a good spell.
That's a really good spell.
The first character I ever played in 5e was a warlock, and Flame Strike was like one of her bread and butter attacks. Yeah, you nuke this thing with the radiance of air. And it is
Eevee
still
with
vulnerable.
Edmont on deck.
Eevee's taking a nice little nap in front of the spider monster.
He stands up. Now, I cannot give sneak attack, but Victor can, because I'm adjacent to it.
Correct.
So I can't steady aim because I had to stand up, but I will give advantage to Victor. Now I'm going to attack the spider and also allow Victor to spend his reaction to attack. One of these days, we're both going to land, and it's going to be really cool.
Does
I rolled I rolled 2 natural 20s. Can I have 4 times the damage?
Wait, why are you rolling twice?
Because advantage. I had
advantage.
advantage.
I also hit, but mine's not a sneak attack, so it's still not like the perfect double rogue sneak attack.
Well, do what you need to do. I have a feeling that this thing's not going to exist in a minute.
just delete Drow from the monster manual?
Yeah, just tear the page out, get rid of it.
Okay, so I do 5 points of magical piercing, but I think Victor's about to do a lot more than that.
Okay.
So I'm going to just consider this my damage, because it's my turn.
You're going to count this on your DPS sheet?
Yep.
So
RDPS.
please enjoy 47 points of fire damage.
It's not bad. The thing's pretty badly bloodied at this point. Eevee, moving or staying put?
I'm trying to... I can't disengage because it has Sentinel.
Correct.
So, and I used my bonus action. So I think I'm just going to stay right here. I'm good.
All right.
Got Edmont with Black Token on deck.
Edmont, it's looking pretty haggard up there.
It'd be real cool if you could kill it before it kills me.
I mean,
Right.
unfortunately, I'm out of key points, so I can't really do much for that, but we'll see what happens. Can I scramble up to here, adjacent to him?
How
Where
many
the hammer of
terraces
air
is
is
that?
actually sitting?
I think
looks
that's
like
2 up.
3.
No, it is 3.
I do
right?
have the monk wall run.
So you can run
Whatever that
straight up
affects.
the third terrace with only one check. As long as you've got 30
Okay.
feet of movement, you can do that.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of movement. That's good. I'm good. DC 10.
I made
Well,
popcorn
all right,
during
yeah.
the break, and I have a popcorn kernel that's been stuck in my teeth the whole
Oh,
time.
I hate that so much. I hate it so much. So yeah, I'm gonna attack with the whip.
Yeah,
That's only a 16 to hit.
16 will not hit.
How about a 19?
19 will hit.
I'm gonna burn a charge on my hyper wrist to maximize the damage on it, which is
Sure.
10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. It is badly bloodied. It's hard to say if it's on its last legs because it's Drider. It's got a bunch of
There's
legs.
so many legs. There's so many legs. I know. Is there anything else I can do with my bonus action?
I mean, you literally did the max amount of damage you could do. You did everything you could.
Unfortunately, I don't have a key. I didn't spend a key point, so I can't use my bonus action to attack it.
Isn't the martial arts ability?
I have to spend a key point during the.
That's key fueled attack. Just the basic martial arts ability. I thought you could.
Oh right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that then.
It's like, and then
Glad
like
we
if
got
you
that
spend
settled.
and then if you spend a key point, you get like
Oh, it's a 27 to
attacks.
hit.
27 will hit.
8 points slashing damage from that hit.
And that's enough.
Ah!
As Edmont clambers up the wall, feeds my Drider some vitamin K. And again,
And vitamin
it
W,
disappears like a mirage, as though it was never there.
And vitamin W. Don't forget that.
Victor looks down at the pool and says, "Well, fuck! I thought that'd work."
Looking down at the pool now, the scene you see has changed. The large spider warrior looms over the woman you saw from before and is reaching down with his hand, and she has it clasped in her hand against the side of her face with her head slightly averted. And they speak to each other, although it's still silent. And then you watch for a few more moments, and each of them, she produces 2 vials from her robes, hands one up to the warrior. They each drink deeply and then die.
That
isn't quite the ending I was hoping for, but
that's only mildly more depressing than what I was expecting to happen, which was the Spider-Man reaches down and eats her.
I was expecting that too.
Ekon,
Mhm.
the force field around the corner from you fades away.
Oh, it's awesome.
Like 7 free brains.
Yeah.
How do
Are
I
you guys
get
still
down
carrying
here?
one of the brains?
No.
Okay, he hasn't
No.
come back and made more yet.
So does that mean like if solving a puzzle in a room opens up a door, does that mean that that there was a puzzle in here that we just ignored?
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh yeah, sure. Does a 10, how does a 15 do it? I'll use a flash of genius.
You've seen these force fields. You've seen 3 things interact with them. Blowing them up with one of the brains seems to work just fine. Victor was able to damage them with psychic damage. Or resolving something in the room has caused them to retreat as well. You think this is probably consistent throughout the dungeon. If you manage to solve a room, you can remove the field that way. If you don't, you can always blow one up using the brains.
Yeah, but how do you resolve an empty hallway? What's it going to take for me to get down from here?
Just climb down.
Okay,
Or
slowly.
you can
carefully.
jump down. Each jump is only 10 feet.
We already established
Oh,
Victor can only jump 9 feet.
Well, you can jump 9 feet
Hey.
forward with a running start.
Then he has to
Slow
fall
down,
there.
guys.
That's to fall the one.
Please.
Yeah, you got to take 1 foot of falling damage. You come to a fork.
I'm almost bloodied, by the way.
Yeah, I think we need to start thinking about taking a breather because I'm out of key points.
we need to take a breather. We need to be by Orson when we do it.
Agreed.
Do you want to go do that before we continue?
Well,
That
let's
might
check,
be the best option.
let's check the end of this hall.
Checking to the hallways to the end. The right one or the left one?
Right?
Bottom first?
Yeah, the
Go
bottom.
that way.
The right one?
Yeah.
Comes to a force field over here.
What does the top one go to?
Damn.
The left one curves around and comes to a force field over here. The left hall, the one on the north here, you can see a large stone structure in the center of the room beyond. The refraction on the force field makes it difficult to discern any details, but you can definitely make out the structure. It's very close to the wall.
It looks like. It looks like we
it
have a
would link-
passage.
Yeah, it looks like it would link into the central
Command
room.
room.
But it looks like we have an access point here to maybe ride the rapids back into the.
Well, we could just grab 2 brains and hopefully blast our way through here and get into the meat room, and then we can link back up with Orson.
Just take the liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could
Yeah, but
also
then we're
do
just
that
then we're
instead.
just gonna have to come back.
I mean, we can do that. It's not a big deal.
Going back just takes a few seconds of thinking.
So
Yeah.
before we go, is it possible to climb up this wall, or does it go to a ceiling here?
Genie climbs
up to where?
Where Victor's at, like this wall right here.
I mean, there's nowhere to climb to up there.
Okay, so it goes to a ceiling.
Yes. Yeah, it
Okay.
goes to the ceiling.
Anyway, I guess Genie's gonna take this. I'm just gonna hop in this one and take it to where Orson is.
Yeah, and after a few moments, you feel the familiar sensation of moving around in the circle. If your intention is just to go back to chamber number 12 here, that can be done at any access point more or less effortlessly.
Are we gonna think about taking a short rest then?
Short rest.
Okay, that an hour gets rid of the ballista, which
let me see here.
performed like poopy.
And you now realize only 6 of the hexagons remain. The intent is now to take. The intent is now to take a short rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have third level slots to recover with your ring trouble?
Yes.
Go for it. I haven't used any third level slots yet. So.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and use that to recover 1 spell slot then.
Everyone, go ahead and take the benefit of the short rest. Spend any hit dice you'd like to.
Absolutely.
Over the course of the hour, the first time you entered this large chamber, the creature held in the crystal fountain at the center did not move. It is as though it was frozen, encased in ice. When you enter the chamber this time to sit down and take a breather, you think the same thing, although towards the end of the rest, after maybe 40, 50 minutes or so, one of you glances back up and you realize it has moved. It's now facing in your direction.
Does this thing have tentacles on its face?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so this is what's going to break free when we do all the doors.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to try speaking with it?
Not.
It's just going to lie
yet.
and say, free me.
Yeah, I feel like I already have a pretty good idea what this thing is going to ask for. I think it's going to want brains.
I mean, it was... I don't know. It was sealed in here because it went crossways with Aslan.
Yeah.
So... I don't know.
I mean, do you want to try and talk to it? I'm not going to make a psychic link with that thing.
Go ahead and finish
I mean-
taking the benefits of your short rest, and then you can decide what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Get all my tasty key points back.
Yep.
I need them.
I get my spell slots back.
I've got 1 flash of genius left. So,
I get most of my stuff back in a short rest. It's pretty nice. The only thing I don't get back is my reroll.
Okay, so what's next?
All right. I'm going to go up onto the spire. And I'm going to touch the crystal again and see if maybe that it can, like, if it's actually conscious kind of now, maybe it can talk to me or something. I don't know.
Nothing happens when you go up to interact with the crystal itself, except you see the glow emanating from the channel, but only 6 of them now, where there were 9 before.
I think only Victor's going to be able to talk to this thing
well,
before it's released.
one thing I think we might try to do is see if we can't... See if we can't maybe get into this room. Right?
We also have not solved anything down here either. In the
Yeah, I think probably let's solve the undead flesh room first.
Yeah, 'cause
And then we can try to figure out how to open this north door.
something tried to grab Evelyn.
I feel like we should just set fire to the entire room.
I think that's a little overkill.
Is it though? Really?
No. I mean, I suppose that we could. Yeah, you know what? Let's try that, Victor. I'm on board with this plan. Come on,
Yeah,
Okay, let's go.
Wait, you're gonna what?
Victor and
He's just desperately chasing after him.
Victor and Genie agree.
That's
Firebolt-
how
firebolt
could that
at
go
the-
wrong.
Firebolts at the pillar.
Okay. And it's
Just
casting firebolts at the pillar. It's just like blowing the dead flesh off of a giant undead creature. And underneath is just more dead flesh.
I
so.
don't think you're making much headway there.
Ekon, can you try targeting the pillars with your? If it's undead flesh, maybe there's something to target. You could latch a.
What if you turn undead?
I don't think just blasting anything in this room is going to do anything. We need to figure
Look,
out
a
what
fire-
the actual effect it was using on me was, and that might give us some insight.
A fireball might be the best idea.
I don't know. That's
Oh.
that's a pretty big investment.
So let's go back to what happened, because we were all walking through this room,
Uh-huh.
and you lagged behind the rest of us, as I recall. And you just kind of, I didn't see what was happening, but you just, next thing I heard is you were getting grabbed by something.
I suddenly felt like I didn't know where I was.
And then you try to walk into the pillar. It's almost like something is trapped in the pillars. That's why I suggested we just burn them down and see if we can see what's inside.
What I'm
We
waiting.
check- Oh.
I was gonna say what I'm waiting for is the sparkle to appear and go up and down through this.
God.
Could we check the two walls of horse beyond here to see if solving that thing with the horse spider did anything? Horse spider person, elf.
You could, but somebody's going to have to cross the room to actually go look.
Right, and these
Yeah.
two were force walls still, right? I
Uh,
don't have this one marked, so I'll have to
can
look.
Victor like scale the wall slowly?
Yeah, probably. If you're moving slowly, you can. It functionally counts as difficult terrain. You can climb yourself across and be out of the range of all the pillars.
Yeah, that's what Victor does.
Edmont just styles on everybody.
Victor, you're slowly climbing
55.
along, and Edmund's just doing laps around the room.
80 feet would get me to that point by following the wall.
Yeah, this force field is still in place.
What
And
about
I have
And so is this one.
Okay, I'll mark this one.
it? Was worth
Uh,
checking.
Yeah.
was
So, okay. Genie looks down into there. Is there anything different about the three pillars?
Well, there's four
That's-
pillars.
I know, but that one's way over there.
I mean,
Is there anything different?
they just look like floor-to-ceiling pillars of dead flesh.
All right, you know what? Genie jumps down
Okay.
Genie, be careful.
and she starts squelching along. Squelch, squelch,
Where you go?
squelch. I'm gonna
I'm gonna stay with you.
I'm gonna touch. If I listen, if they start to grab me, you pull me back. I'm gonna put my hand on the pillar.
Okay. Genie and Edmont. You're saying you're following her?
Yep.
Okay, I need both of you to make me an intelligence saving throw, please.
That is a 22.
16.
Okay. Neither of you seem to suffer any ill effects. And I mean, the pillar feels gross, but doesn't hurt you at all.
Does anything in the room sort of look different when they touch it?
I'm.
No?
You know what? Hold on. I pull my goggles down, my psychic looking and I look at all. I examine all four pillars.
There are no brains inside of the pillars.
Okay, no psychic energy in any of the pillars.
You know, I'm actually going to do something I probably should have done as soon as we walked in here. I'm going to cast Intellect Fortress on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Is there anything different? Look, like Genie walks around this pillar,
Okay.
and she starts comparing the four pillars to each other, basically.
Edmund, are you keeping pace with her?
Yeah.
I need you both to make me another intelligence saving throw, please.
Wait, when we get here,
Yep.
that is a 10.
15.
I heard a 10,
Yeah, a 10.
and Edmund got what, a 15?
Yes, sir.
I rolled the lowest I can roll.
Okay. Genie,
Uh huh.
Out of curiosity.
Uh-huh.
Without expending a spell slot or using up a sort of class feature resource like that.
Okay.
What is the most damaging possible attack you could do to Edmont right now? If you really wanted to take his head off.
If I really wanted to take his head off?
That wouldn't require expending a spell slot or like a key point or a sorcery point or something.
I need a dexterity saving throw from Edmont.
Edmont, make a dexterity saving throw.
DC?
17.
Pass.
Okay. Swords burst out from spectral wrenches burst out of Genie, and she turns and looks at you.
Ah!
Genie,
What was that for?
as you're walking around the pillars and examining them, you suddenly realize Edmont is very close, to the point where he's breathing down your neck almost. And you feel this anger well up, this intense, just burning rage, and you suddenly just snap and you spin around and throw these blades out.
I point at him and
It's
says, "Back off!"
You've never been more angry at anybody in your life.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see what's going on. I think these pillars
It's
are.
me.
I think these pillars are keyed to different emotions.
You just asked me to. You just asked me to keep an eye on you and make sure you were safe. And
Well, now I'm
You just-
asking you to back off.
Ekon. Fire?
No, these pillars are. It's some kind of emotional response. This one caused anger, and this one over here caused like despair.
Edmont,
I think each one of these probably does something different.
one of the protrusions, the kind that's been helping you guys climb along the walls, reaches out from the pillar, and Genie, almost instinctually, reaches out and takes it like she's taking somebody's arm. And she begins moving towards the pillar.
can I swat her hand? Try and get her
We
to.
can roll initiative.
Okay.
Sure.
You want me to go before or after you? Okay. Never mind.
For purposes of this initiative check, Edmont and Genie are not allies.
All right.
All right, so who's at the top of my order? I guess it's your order. I don't have a monster in this fight.
It's Genie. Red token.
So yeah, Genie, Edmund's going to lean forward and swat you out. Genie, your goal right now is this pillar is drawing you in.
Huh?
And you're not inclined to move away from it. You're not
Okay.
restrained or grappled or anything, but your speed is 0. And you're still more angry at Edmund than you've ever been at anyone.
Okay. What do I have? Is it like is it my discretion on how to handle this, or do I have a do you want me to do the most devastating thing I could possibly do?
I'll leave it up to your discretion, but your goal right now is to prevent Edmund from pulling you away from your pillar.
Oh, okay.
Like, what's Genie's best solution to that problem?
I need a Constitution saving throw from Edmont.
Wow.
I'm just gonna wipe away this second level spell.
That's a surprise.
It erodes the strength of the party.
16. So I think
16.
I failed. Oh.
So
Well,
what'd you just do to this poor guy?
I vortex
Uh,
warped him on the other side of the room, away from me.
Okay. Does that harm him in any way, or is he just gone?
He's just gone.
Okay.
He's out of my sight.
I
I don't know.
mean, that's
Like-
good.
My goal is to go into the pillar, and he's going to stop me. So
Yeah, but he's got a lot of movement. He's a monk.
I could move him up to 90 feet away. So hold on. It's visible. So like it's gonna be a call from this. Like
Yeah.
so how?
Anywhere
Like,
you
how-
can draw a line to from your square, you can move him
Okay, so
without
That's
crossing
about
the
it.
wall.
40, 45.
I think back there is probably appropriate. You can probably see up to that spot. Just
Yeah, okay.
about.
All right, just
What
But
the
here's the
hell?
question. Does moving him to there make him dunk into the river and get teleported somewhere?
No, it's just a channel. The channels are too narrow to squeeze into.
Damn.
That would be funny, though. Actually, come to think of it, Genie, you could get him a lot further away if you just put him in this pool right here.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
so I can't do that. It has to be a space that he can stand on, like, and
Oh,
will hold
okay.
his weight. So I can't move him onto liquid. Yeah, they word it so you cannot do that.
That's to prevent you from, like, throwing people off cliffs and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Or teleporting them 90 feet straight in the air.
Okay. By the end of your
Jordan do
turn,
that.
Genie, as you vortex warp Edmont away. So, Ekon, you can see about half of Genie's body, maybe up to her upper arm, is being pulled inside of this pillar. And she's moving closer and closer towards it.
Got Evie with Ekon on deck.
10. Stop me if I am influenced by the pillar. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
I have advantage on these right now because
Excellent.
of Intellect Fortress. That would be... If 14 is not enough... Yeah, 14.
14 will do it.
Okay. Okay, so Genie's speed is 0.
Yep.
I can't use word of command to order her to step away.
Correct.
All right, well, bonus action, I'm going to grab her.
All right. That's going to be a grapple check. So you're using strength athletics against her athletics or acrobatics.
Mine is not great, but hers is also not great. Well, I got a 1.
I got a 10.
Genie, guess what?
What?
Now your sister's trying to grab you and pull you away from your pillar. Genie
Back
and
off!
Evie are no longer allies for this initiative.
Back off.
Genie, stop!
Evie,
I'm
moving or staying
swathed.
put?
I'll stay here.
Okay.
After that, we have Edmont with Victor on deck.
Edmont, you suddenly find yourself way up in the hallway.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Drop me down here. Key point to dash and yeah, I'm gonna try and grapple Genie.
All right. It's going to be your athletics versus her athletics or acrobatics.
And
Let's see. I just had to knock a key point off, so please bear with me. Also, I'm having frame rate issues.
can I, like, is acrobatics appropriate when I'm half submerged in a...
Yeah, you can. Well, you're avoiding getting grappled by Edmont, is what you're doing.
Right.
So acrobatics is
12.
appropriate.
12. Yeah, well, I'm grabbed then, because I rolled a 10.
So yeah, you've grappled
Alright.
Genie, and you can move her away if you've still got movement left.
Let's see. So I had about... Yeah, I can pull her back up against the wall here.
And as you do, Genie, I mean, you're kicking and screaming the whole time, but that feeling only lasts for a few moments. And as Edmont gets you back against the wall, I mean, you feel the blood rush away from your head down into your extremities again. And you just feel your arm, which had been pulled inside of the pillar, like the skin feels very tight and it feels very wet and compressed. And you regain your senses.
So there's, like,
All right,
something...
cousin.
Like, so I'm like... And I shake my hand and says, there's something wrong with my arm. And, like, is there something... Like, it just feels like something was pushing down on me, like, getting ready to crush me?
Right. It feels like you covered your arm in cushions and then like McDohl sat on
Someone
the
sat on them?
cushions and you lost feeling for a moment. But it's wet and slimy because it was inside of the gross undead pillar.
I mean, Genie's not... She's not squeamish when it comes to
Yeah,
gross
so I'm
things.
pretty sure these three all fit in a 20-foot radius sphere, so we're doing that.
Doing what? Just burning them?
Fireballing it?
Right?
I'm sorry, fireball?
Yeah,
Okay.
we are off initiative now, right?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just dropping a fireball on these three.
Just
Well-
give us a little warning, maybe?
They all
We're out of the blast range.
they automatically fail dex checks because they're pillars.
Yep. You want me to actually roll damage?
Yes.
Jesus.
Thank you, Ekon.
Just setting the room on fire really was the answer.
Oh, geez, that's 24 fire damage.
Go ahead and draw me that radius if you don't mind,
Yep.
please. Ekon. Edmont pulls Genie away to the wall. Evie runs after, and you've decided you're just going to burn the meat. You know two things about meat. One is you're all made of it, and two is it burns and chars.
Welcome to the barbecue.
Undead meat is particularly good to burn. So here's what happens, is the flesh on the pillars burns away, revealing on the inside lattice work cages. So there are 3 creatures, one inside each of the pillars.
They vanished behind fog of war. Okay.
So underneath the fleshy exterior of the pillars are these lattice work cages. There doesn't seem to be any doors or hinges or any way in. The creatures themselves look humanoid, but completely emaciated, skin and bones, and definitely undead. And as they're exposed to the light, as the flesh is torn away, they all recoil from it.
Can a dagger fit through the cage?
Probably not.
So I can't throw a dagger at them,
You
okay.
can throw a dagger at the cage, but there's not enough of a gap in between the lattice work. The flesh is regrowing very slowly. It's regenerating at the edges where it's most charred. You've also managed to create that big spot of open floors, now bare stone instead of flesh.
Victor's gonna light a torch.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna I'll stand on this side and just start hucking firebolts at this one. You want to try your sacred flame on a different one?
Victor's gonna try and use the torch to light this thing on fire.
You don't have a way to fit a torch into the cage. The gaps
Can you
are
fit it,
too
like,
narrow.
next to it to keep burning the flesh, maybe? And heat up the cage?
Yeah, possibly. Genie and Ekon have the right idea. With Genie taking her firebolt, Ekon taking sacred flame. It's just like the thing's skin are made out of paper, and once you subject them to magical flame directly, the things just burn up instantly, leaving nothing but charred bone behind. Victor, you're
One
holding
more.
your torch next to the flesh and stopping the flesh regeneration. But those two stop moving.
That one too.
Kill it.
You move over, cause the sacred flame to erupt.
Hey, Genie.
Yeah.
Just burn enough of a hole so I can see something there.
Okay, I'm going to just shoot firebolts at the same spot over and over and over again.
Okay. Genie, I will allow you to create a big enough hole using your cantrip that Ekon would have line of sight into the cage to put his spell if you take 1 level of exhaustion. Because that is a lot of intense concentration in a short space of time.
Can we try and use a torch to burn some of it away?
The torch and the firebolt, and even because Sacred Flame's also a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that would be good enough to burn a big enough hole.
I don't know if erupting earth would work here.
Yeah, I don't. Let me see if I have.
I can just use the second level spell slot. It's fine. Bert, I'm gonna hold a flaming sphere against it for 10 rounds.
Okay, so yeah, you summon the flaming sphere and you roll it forward and you hold it there, and yeah, after a few moments, it burns the flesh away from the latticework cage.
And there's no cover against Sacred Flame, so as soon as I've got line of effect.
Okay. When the 4th one dies, the flesh all across the room begins retreating from the walls and the floors, and you see some of the grasping hands and feet that have been helping you up to this point also retreat. When the spectacle is over, the entire perimeter of the room is just a pile of discarded, broken bones of arms, legs, feet, and fingers.
So Victor was right, of all people.
Yeah, I'm not
just-
I'm not too big of an egotist to agree.
That clock is right twice a day.
Unless you're on military, unless it's a military showing military time.
Sometimes you just gotta burn it all down.
You're saying if the clock is says
Yeah, Edmont peers up this way, and is the
2200
door
and you're
passageway
only
open?
12 hours, then it's never right.
Yeah.
Edmont is peering where?
This way, and the passageway is opened up.
Yes.
I'll call
Hey.
out to the others and say we have 2 options now.
What
Hey,
about-
Edmont.
This one.
But
Sorry, I teleported you.
I mean, you could have done a lot worse to me.
Not without hurting myself.
That door to the south is still there.
That door to the south is still there.
Is there any puzzle-looking thing going on in this room that
is
would
this
yield
door
an
here?
obvious?
You have a force field here.
Okay.
So I will describe this room, and then we will be done for the day. So looking at this central structure here, again, it's a very, very tall structure and terraced at several levels, but these ones go much higher than the obsidian ones that you were seeing in the previous room. Each terrace is maybe 20 feet, so the top a good 80 feet up, and the cavern is tall enough to accommodate it. I need Solitayre to move his hand away. Thank you. So the 2 features you see on this construction is, first, the flow of the brain juice flows both underneath it here, and you see a brain juice waterfall from somewhere inside the structure falling down into its foot and then away in front of Victor's feet. All over the structure, at no particular pattern or interval, are hundreds and hundreds of faces carved therein, each one torqued up in agony.
Of course. Why can't they all just be happy?
So this is like a really bad room of faces.
I
So
think
I'm
that
gonna
would be worse somehow.
Pause this
actually.
here and make sure I overwrite this properly.
Do
Victor's
it.
gonna look for Arya next session.
I kind of feel like a room full of like just like laughing faces would be worse.
Would it be?
Bunch of clown faces.
Just yeah.
So I'm going to go dark for a few minutes while I set up a straw poll and add up a whole bunch of experience points. If you guys want to start thinking about your blips, I'll be right back.
Who's the most creative today?
Did we give that to Victor for being correct for the first
Yeah,
time?
no.
Good,
Yeah,
that-
no.
Burning the room was a solution. I think it was a fine one.
We could let's just burn the room down. Let's burn this horrible room down.
Agreed. Who furthered the party's goals the most today?
I think that might have been Evie for figuring out we could move back and forth across using the channels.
Yeah.
Whoever did that one, yeah.
Badass is Edmont for. Woo, actually,
I want
wanna
Victor
give-
for the badass one.
yeah, because he just marathoned across with that thing. That was really, really badass. Edmont for being the supportive, can-do cousin for the support of the in the flesh room though.
For
I think he deserves a blip for that.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to give him a blip for.
Yeah, for the support in the flesh room.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say for the flesh room either I kinda wanted to say Genie with the whole spikes in the vortex for a creative solution, but and then Edmont for like intangibles or something.
That's
And
fine.
who's intangible?
Edmont for the support in the flesh room. The awful, terrible flesh room. Although apparently we have another awful, terrible flesh room up here. So
This
Yeah,
one might
we
be
have-
even more awful and terrible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah, that one's alive. Rickard was just like, hey, I'm just going to put a mega dungeon inside your house.
you know, if I had a gold piece for every time there was an awful, horrible flesh room in this dungeon, I would have 2, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
You may have more, we don't know yet.
Yeah, apparently this is only one map of the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
I woke up at 4 today.
too early. I woke up at 10.
I mean,
I woke up.
having feverish fits of sleep and not basically for 2 days straight. So I don't even know
I'm
what that
sorry,
means.
Destil. Hope you feel better soon, man.
Yeah.
At least you're illin because of the reaction to the shot and not.
Yeah. It's way better than me.
Yeah, yeah, it's a shot, not
Yeah.
some jackass getting you sick.
I never got a flu shot in my life until, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I was laid up with a flu. That was so bad. I thought I was going to die. Now I'm a believer and I haven't skipped a year. All right, now I have to be a bad DM. Because not all of my players get the same amount of experience for this session.
It's Orson or Orson.
Well, Orson was available for one encounter. And then you guys
Which
just
Genie was
left him
not
out.
there for.
And so Genie is getting slightly less experience than everyone
Yeah.
else. She was babysitting the throne room while you guys were fighting brains. So if you're not playing a character named Genie, you gain 1850, 1850. That's for the Intellect Devourers you fought and the 2 Driders. And each of the chambers that don't have a combat element, I have also given you experience for. So for the negotiation in the throne rooms, and then the undead room. Genie,
Yeah.
you're getting 1670, 1670.
Okay.
I have your blip spreadsheet somewhere. Here we go. I have 2 separate Google Chrome profiles on my laptop. Just because I've had to make so many like YouTube and Google accounts over the years, and there's been so much like restructuring that now I have I don't know how many profiles I've got access to. But I need to use a different one depending on whether I'm streaming to Twitch or YouTube. And the one I'm using to stream to YouTube, that profile of Chrome has something wrong with it where it like crashes every 10 minutes. This one's fine. This one's perfectly okay. Computers were a mistake, but... All right. Who wants to make a case for some blips this week?
I can go.
Evie is front and center. Very confident that she's earned blips.
Catacud, you mess with my family, you mess with me for being very concerned about Orson's well-being during this ordeal.
So concerned that you propped him up against the wall with a ghost buddy.
My
and then
owl's there
wandered
too.
off.
Pinned a $20 bill to his chest and said, "Best of luck, kid."
Put him on the bus.
I feel like an Akewood quote is appropriate here. Like, some nurses are just to tuck Orson in on the couch in the TV room underneath a big blanket that says "just a knucklehead from the day."
Ideal. I must become a leader for others that others can believe in for her daring do on the pillar, helping secure additional attacks from Victor.
Okay.
And then last but not least, a flaw no one understands for rolling a 1 in negotiation with the Drow King.
So the
Someday
point of the
he's gonna do well
negotiation,
in persuasion, but it was not today.
the gnome was already persuaded, and the other 2 needed. So I like how somebody put a check mark on this room. I didn't notice that till now. So yeah, the gnome was already persuaded. You had to make good arguments to persuade the other 2 in order to solve that room. So good job. All right, who's next?
I
I can go.
Genie.
Uh,
And then we'll go to Ekon, and then we'll go to Victor.
chaotic neutral. When in doubt, go with your gut. For Victor going, we should just burn that room down. And Genie going, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
So burning fire or radiant damage in this room, provided it comes from a spell slot, as long as it wasn't a cantrip or like a regular torch. I would have also accepted attempting to turn undead. Would have made all of the flesh retreat in the radius of the turn undead.
my ideal practical solutions to impractical problems for looking at the Flumph and going, so like you can just leave, but they can't. So, and then my flaw, don't worry about it. It was just a setback for being halfway in a flesh pillar and teleporting Edmont away.
Almost halfway.
Yeah. Like, I had other things I could have done, but they would have all damaged me too, so...
It's reasonable. I really liked the idea of just vortex warping him into the pool if that had been legal. That'd have been fantastic.
Yeah, that
Because
would have been
Edmont can't get back on his own. He needs like 4 tries and a guidance.
I mean, I would have been able to run around the long way once I realized where I was.
That
Yeah,
would have
that's
literally... That would have literally only taken him, like, 1 additional round. Of Monk. But also the video.
Also the video. And what does Ekon have for me?
So I've got initiative, and I've got flaw. I'm sure there has to be something good just over this next hill for deciding, hey, you know what? We just leave here with Ghost Dad.
Not really a lot of hills in this dungeon. A lot of pillars.
It's a pillar. It's a hill. It's kind of the equivalent. And that's it.
All right, and I heard Victor in there.
So for Victor, the alignment, the ends justify the means. That was leaving Orson behind to try and save Genie from being a scared little girl in the throne room.
Okay.
For the ideal, seek the truth no matter the cost. That would be burn it all.
Well, what did you burn in order to learn about the truth?
Burning the flesh room down.
Was that to seek truth, or was that just to sow destruction?
That was to seek the truth of the dungeon, to solve the puzzle and see what was under the pillars. And then for the flaw, values knowledge over people, that would be using a psionic dagger on the force field, knowing fully well it was a terrible idea.
Well, it did end up with
It
some
worked.
knowledge. I do have a note that one of these pillars has a hole in it. And Edmont, what do you have for me?
I have my alignment. Take everything you can, give nothing back for getting extremely frustrated with Victor, for pushing ahead and doing the psychic knife stuff, while everyone was busy, discussing things.
One of my favorite tricks as a DM is to figure out who does the most damage in a group and then design a dungeon around taking that one attack away and see what happens. I've pulled that trick several times. Usually it only hurt Nodal. In the
Because
past.
Nodal generally dealt a lot of damage. Life is my canvas, and I will make my mark on it for his role in assisting with resolving this basin room down here.
Okay.
And then my flaw, telling this world is filled with predators and prey, and I sure as hell am not the prey for telling a drow to bend the knee to illithids.
Which I'm sure did not appreciate at all.
Yeah.
Who had the most creative solution to a problem this week?
That was Victor for just saying burn it all down.
No, I thought it was Evie for doing the
That's party
figuring
rules.
out the stuff.
Is fire a creative solution, though? It's
It
an
works.
effective solution.
Oh no,
Listen to me. Victor
creative-
hasn't been right the entire campaign. Give him this one.
This is the first time Victor has been right, so okay.
I thought Victor was taking badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, creative was Genie for the whole role in the pillar with the knives and the vortex warp and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we're awarding that to Genie?
Genie was turning her class abilities against her own party very well.
And who did the most to further the party's goals?
That was Evie figuring out the direction stuff.
And who was the badass?
That was Victor for making a mad dash to the top of the mountain.
And one for intangibles.
That was Edmont for his role in the flesh room.
Good sport. I will say that the badass thing is even funnier when you remember that he had a class feature that he forgot
I know.
existed that would have trivialized that whole thing.
And Edmont has our straw poll for the week.
Oh, yay!
All right.
Thank you, audience.
Blips are worth... We're level 10, right? So blips are worth 700. Edmont, you have 5 and you earned 5, so you're rolling over at least 4. Would you like to come in next week with 6?
Yes.
Ekon has 5 and earned 2. Would you like to come in next week with 6?
Yep.
Evie, Genie, and Victor all have 6 already. So Evie, you're rolling over 4. Genie, you're rolling over 5. And Victor, you're rolling over 4. And how much of this map have you guys?
Pretty good chunk of it.
You had a pretty good chunk of it gone.
Yeah, they're still like up in here, up in the northern end, and plus there's probably like a whole like other 2 or 3 maps off the
Oh yeah, no, there's 7
table that
floors.
we haven't seen.
Yeah, it's.
Oh God. Ugh.
It
I
turns
didn't realize that the Ghanem's tower was in logic for this fucking key sanity. Holy shit.
All right, that's it. Thanks so much for playing, guys. See
Yep.
you next week.
Later.